Good morning, folks. Corazar here, just sliding in under the bar. Barely. It is, what, 9:59 this morning? I'm a little bit late in getting here, so I've got a couple things to do while I set up, so just a moment here, folks. Okay, there we go. Our water's ready. Checklist is ready. Hands moisturized. Check. I'm going to grease up my mouse here by accident. Wow, we have a pretty good early morning crowd here. Who all is here this morning? We have Mad Lord Hubris. We have Gooflaugh, formerly known as Goothlaugh. We have Sonero, Underpaid Bot. Odysseus, Rivy Sticks and Oak Tree, our resident moderators, are here. So, hello and thank you for being here, guys. Ryuga's around. Kalzamar and Keth and Ikwig. Hello to everybody, wow. We have Minda and Gerard and Desiree Winter Person. Although I've been getting in trouble for saying people's full names lately. Mr. Mac is here as well, and Katsy. Hey, welcome back, Katsy. We have P4TTO, or is that Pato? Hello from Australia. Well, hello to Australia. Welcome. I think are you a new viewer? You look unfamiliar to me, at least, as far as chat goes. I think I said hi to Keth already, but I'm not sure. Oh, no, I did not. Hey, Keth. We have TL Forever 262, and we have Benny Custom. Welcome, everyone. As you can probably guess, it is nighttime in the game, from the music. I was trying to pass the night. I slept through some of it. And then, well, you'll see. I'm come outside and I'll say hi to everybody. As we get going here, let's get over into the game. Whoop. Well. Whoop. I gotta have an empty hand. Let's wave now. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Vintage Story Desert Life. This is probably going to be, let's start off here, this is going to be the last stream before our second child is born, because our due date is in like 3 days. So while there is technically a chance that we could have time for a stream next weekend, it is extremely unlikely. It is extremely unlikely. So yeah, it'll be hectic around here, but we are here, and we have a bit of a schedule. Well, a schedule. We have things to do. I have a list, and I'll go over those just momentarily here. Let's see. Last week, though, we were busy. We got some serious work done on the temple here. We got these floors done. So we had done the floor over there last week, or the week before. But last week we did this floor. We just copied it over here and did some smushing around with the Pantagraph, and then we got the start of the arches and the walls in here. So I am really pleased with the progress in the temple. We also put down some lanterns that I forgot to put down. So yeah, we are moving along with the temple pretty well. Today we're going to start with a bit of a break though, because we have some mortar to make. And mortar mostly requires time because the quern needs to run. We have two mortar left. And I know we have some crushed limestone over at the other base, but only enough to make like one stack, maybe a stack and a half of mortar. Which is 512 mortar, by the way. But that mortar goes fast, as you've all seen. We've gone through, I think, 4 or 5 stacks, if not more, over the course of making this so far. And we're, well, I'd say at this point we're probably about 10% done. People were asking last time, are we 10% the way done yet? I think this week, or at the end of last week, we are 10% done. So, Let's see. I'll take a quick peek over at chat here again. I see some new faces here in chat. We have Finnick Noth. Welcome, Finnick. It is 2 a.m. by Pato. Wow. Well, thank you for spending your early morning here with me. We have Ty Luna as well. Welcome, Ty Luna. All right. So, real quick rundown of our schedule today. I have Turn on Quern. That's easy to do, I guess. We have Make Mortar. There's a lot riding on that checklist, this little single checkbox here, but yep, there we go. We have Smithing. We have some steel, some blister steel ingots to smith. I want to make a new Pantagraph to see if we can get around some of the issues we're having with the current Pantagraph. We have a rubble hammer, a wedge chisel, and 2 rough cut chisels to make. And, this is kind of a big one. We have some new mods. I did some mod shuffling. So there is a new package of mods down in the video description. And, oh, we have a few of these to replace, I guess. And one of the things I did, which is not actually in the mod pack, because I didn't want to repack the mods without their default configuration. But what I did was I modified the flowers. So the flowers and these things we've been growing here, the crotons, they've been dying like horribly in both the heat and the cold of the desert. And I find it odd that the very flowers you can find growing literally right there won't grow right here. So I cracked open the mod files and I found that the author had set the flower min and max temperature to the min and max average temperature of where they will spawn naturally. So basically, these would spawn anywhere where the average temperature is between like 25 and 40 or so. And so they set the minimum to 25 and the maximum to 40. Well, that's just the average temperature. So that means that anytime it's summer, these will die. And anytime it's winter, they'll also die. And that's why we were getting terrible yields, so basically no yields from these flowers here. So I went into the files and I basically just moved all of those, like the high yields or the high temperatures all went up by about 10 degrees Celsius, and I bumped the low temps down by 10 degrees Celsius as well. So basically these are good between like 15 and I think 45 or 50 degrees Celsius. I did that for all of them because some of the flowers were dying when the temperatures got above like 15 degrees Celsius, which is not even room temperature. And I'm like, that makes 0 sense. It makes 0 sense. So I did that to the game files. If you think I should repack the mod folder with that, I can. I'm just a little nervous about what happens with the mod auto updater wiping out those settings. But so we'll have some more flowers this time around, probably in the next yield. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get to the smithing here. The only other mod that I added, we're going to get to during smithing. I can't wait to show you that one. We will, however, need a barrel and some water. Do I have a barrel? Empty barrel? Empty barrel. Hello. Hello, full barrels of stuff that we're going to forget forever and ever. We have a bucket over there already, so that's fine. Put the barrel up here, have a bite to eat. Get our lantern on. Ooh, there we go. We can see again. Hey, we have Lion Alfred Kierlin and Phil Boswell here. Hello, hello. You're really valuing the mods that recover bits from smithing and when tools break. Yeah, those are really cool mods for use cases where you really don't want to bother getting new material. And, you know, if you have an adult life, like most of us do. I like the balance. Like, I think I'm fine with the balance of the game as it currently is, so I don't play with those mods. But I will not look down on anybody who does. So we got 8 for 4 days. Okay, that's fine. These peanut pies go pretty quickly, so. All right, let's see. Do I need anything? I have torch. We did get coal. I'm going to pull over some coal for over there. We have some wind. Wind is good. That is positive. I think I have everything we need for smithing at the moment. Hey there, Wade Parker. Welcome. You're 10 minutes late. Yeah, that's gonna be a tardy on your permanent record now. Tut tut. And wag my finger at you. Alright, so we have... Yeah, we have maybe just under 2 stacks worth of lime here. Maybe, actually, that's a pretty big one. So maybe we have over 2 stacks. That's not enough. We need lots of lime. We need loads of it. I say stacks, I mean mortars stacks worth. So we're going to let that process while we're here and working on this. We have enough wind to get that going. Ow, my feet. I think what I'll do is I'm going to not fire the helves up because they'll probably slow things down pretty... Yeah. It's like slow motion. So we'll leave that alone. We'll let the corn process. These are also, the blister steel, it's also just as fast to work these by hand as on a help hammer, so I'm not too worried about that. So let's get that going. Oh, that's also... So I put a new mod on. It is called Salty's Manual Quenching. Now, let's see where to put this thing. And we need some water for it. Let's get some water. Hey, you. I am going to fill this barrel up, so to make a couple trips here, unfortunately. But it's not too far. The wind sees me coming and then goes away. Yeah, pretty much. That's how it works. But honestly, a fresh breeze and 4 helve hammer or 4 windmills is just fine to run the corn at least. And since most of our smithing is going to be, well, I guess most of our other smithing is going to be just done by hand anyway, because it's chisels and things. So the helve hammers wouldn't be useful there. My arms and legs are getting tired doing this. Ooh, boy. Okay, there we go. Get down. Oh, no, I did it again. Oh, no. Stop it. Stop it. I do that. Every third time, I hit the wrong button to put the bucket down. There we go. It's crouch, not sprint. Okay. Oh, we already had plenty of brown coal. That's okay, though. Just swap these out here. That's right, we do have steel bits there. For possible eventual fix in there. Let's go ahead and get these on. Oh, wow, we're going to have a good bit of this to do. Shouldn't take too long, though. Again, blister steel is basically almost done already. Don't burn our hands here. And there we go. Kazmar's tisk-tisking Wade for reading tenants late. Perfect. Yeah, I should get a mop for that floor. It's gonna have... Oh, we're gonna have water in the basement now. That's terrible. Terrible, I say. Alright, you go away. You go away. So, yeah, so only a few mod changes. So we have Salty's Manual Quenching. So supposedly, we'll be able to just right-click with the barrel here, with the item in our hand, and it should quench. We'll see, though. So, that'll be cool. The only other change I made was I found that my QP Tech ChiselTools mod was somehow set to a version 1.13.3, which doesn't seem to exist yet. I don't know if maybe Quentin went back and changed his numbering scheme or something, but very strange. I was very confused. Oh, stop climbing the ladder. There we go. So I've updated or downgraded or whatever to version 1.12.2, I think, which is the last version available for 1.19.8. Now I will fire the helves up if I end up with a Here we go. Does this work? No. We crouch. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. That is neat. Yes. Temperature's still a little warm. That's okay. Alright, let's go ahead and hammer these down. Can I do a stack of them in the quencher? The quencher, aka the barrel. You know. So the immortal Pantagraph was in the future? The future 1.22 version of the mod? Yeah, maybe. I'll have to ask. I suspect he may have changed something about his versioning system. Alright, so if I come over here and I crouch right click, it does the whole stack. Very nice. As I swim. Silly games. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to fire this up. There we go, and we'll just do these. Boop. There we go. Yeah, see, it's often like, yeah, the health hammers are nice, but it doesn't take that long to do these by hand. Five hits. And 9 hits. So, all in all, not too bad at all. Yeah, let's not swim on the ladder while we do that. A nice warm barrel of water for a bath, yeah. I mean, technically this shouldn't really be water that we'd use. We'd use a quenching oil of some sort. Water can be quite explosive when quenched, as I understand. So you're just about ready. We'll fire you up. We'll move you out of the way here too. Give me all the steel. All the steel. And hopefully this, I mean, we'll have over half a stack, or half a full floor stack of steel ingots. So this should last us for a fairly long while before we have to go back and do more iron blooms. I say this. And then I look at my temple plans and I go, okay. You tell them that, Corazar. You tell them those sweet lies. Phil Boswell had the opposite of an immortal Pantagraph. He made one from tin bronze and lasted 1 copy and 42 pastes. Wow. Yikes. That's a little rough. That's real rough, actually. Okay, this is about ready. Pop you guys in. This bow's about dead, too. I do have a spare, but I might want to start drying and waxing up a fresh set of bow staves. We are a hunter after all, so we're not as good in melee as we are with a bow. But we're still better with a bow than we were with the bullseye mod. Oh, I forgot to fire you up. If I leave them hot, can I forge some of the chisels first? Yes, I'm going to do that for the last, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for like these last 2 batches here, I'll leave some open. If I remember to. There is a non-zero chance that I'll be like talking to you guys and I'll forget what I'm doing. But we'll burn that bridge when we get to it. I like that the steam actually comes from the interior of the barrel, too. Okay, that's done. Okay, there we go. That's right, you mentioned making a copper Pantagraph. You said it doesn't look like it's actually a thing. Okay. Yeah, I checked the mod. I didn't see a copper Pantagraph, so... But he did add it to the list. Okay. That's strange. Oh, also fire this up. Before I forget. Also, if my voice is a bit rough, we're having a bit of a very dry day here. We have pretty standard forced air heating and cooling, but it really dries the air out winter and makes our throats all aggravated at night. Very angry. And since those are still kind of heating, oh yeah, they're still halfway there. We will do at least a couple of these here. So we're going to do a Pantagraph first. A steel panto. Where are you? There you are. This so we don't have to waste so much material. Down and up. Walk these over. And down. There we go. We could do it with the humidifier as well. We actually have one. We have a humidifier in every bedroom, and they help. They help to a limited extent, even though we have ones that really pump out the mist. It's incredible. Part of it is that, and this is a long story, but our air conditioning and heating system was retrofitted. The house was not built with them originally, and the previous owners put in a just air conditioning system. So it was kind of underpowered because they really focused on cooling the upstairs and kind of didn't care about the downstairs too much. I'm going to move these up here so I don't use them by accident. And when we retrofitted them for heat, or we basically just had an HVAC company come in and swap out the AC unit for a full-on heat pump that goes both ways, they didn't really do an initial check of the house to make sure that the system they're putting in is a right fit for the house's size and the size of the existing ductwork. Well, long story short, our ductwork is too small. And it causes weird issues with the HVAC that we know about and they know about, and we're trying to get scheduled to fix. But they were like, hey, we can start fixing this right as your child is born. And we were like, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. So whoopsie. So the AC, or the heat pump, basically works overtime and dries the air out even more. So it's a little crazy. Rubble hammer, you are there. Here we go. We're going to do this. Push you all that way first. And then we'll pull all these this way. Bang and bang. And done. Not too shabby. Alright, rubble hammer. We have a wedge chisel. The wedge chisel. Oh boy. My favorite one. There you are. Let's get this up here. Maybe we won't mess this one up this time, he said with naive hope in his eyes. Okay, so here's the splitting. Things get funky here. I actually really don't like this model too much. I think it's a little... It's asking a lot of the game. I mean, normally you'd be able to flip a workpiece, you know, vertically if you needed to. Here, not so much. There we go. Are these are ready? All right. So we'll just grab these. I'll fire you up. All right. And so far, at least, we haven't had any that are missing voxels. Off to a good start already. I think for the blister steel, it's a bit rarer than for iron blooms. Oh no, 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 no. No, 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 no. I say that, and then my hand slips off the Alt key. Okay, let's try that again. That was close. Megan Warburton, first of all, welcome. You just bought a house. First of all, congratulations. And your first upgrade is going to be a humidifier for the HVAC. Yeah, that's one of my co-workers has one of those, and it sounds like a pretty good idea. All right, so we want 2 of these steel rough cut chisels. This is all just going to be splitting here. Yeah. That's right, Burrick. I'll show you how to miss some voxels. We have Schmucker's ink as well. Telling everyone to not forget to hit that like button. Smash that like button, destroy the subscribe, and ring that bell so hard it cracks like the Liberty Bell. Maybe even annihilate that. Annihilate the button. It's always find funny, like if you do smash the button, you're just gonna break your mouse. Or your phone screen. For you young kids who watch all these moving pictures on your phones. Alright, then one more rough cut chisel and I think we're done here. Alright. So smithing is just about done, so I do wonder how far this got. And do we have any stray bits we have to pick up manually? I don't see any. Oh, let's swap this over to here. We'll grab our lantern. There was a YouTuber who said, lick that like button. Love it. Alright, let's get these actually quenched here. There we go. Big ol' hiss. So oak tree, you're not oh, okay, you're having trouble getting your new computer to play nice with your existing Vintage Story installation. So did you copy over your mods folder, or did you like download the mods fresh? You could also try doing, and I don't know the command off the top of my head, but there is a remap thingy, like a command you can do, where it should remap them. You also may need to copy over your mod config folder. I mean, heck, technically, you could install Vintage Story and then just copy over the entire folder. I would just delete the, there's a shaders folder somewhere. I think if you have the, what's it called? The volumetric shading folder or mod, you want to just delete the precompiled shaders. Alright, we're going to take a bite to eat here. I'm going to take a quick drink break here, and I'll be back in just a second. Nope. Sorry about that. I smashed the mouse with my hand. I smashed the mouse like you should be smashing that like button. Oh, we have friends out there too. It's been medium like pretty much all day, and even since the end of last stream, it's been medium. Any more breadfruit over there? I don't see any. Oh, yeah, I do. I think I do. That could just be leaves, but I think those are breadfruits hanging there. So in the morning, assuming those fruit are still there, we can go and snag a few more. Ow. I'm going to rest here, and hopefully it'll be calmer in the morning. Hey, we have Celia Christofferson, Fancy Goat. Like that. Yay, caught the live stream. Awesome. Welcome for being here. Welcome and thank you for being here. Who else is here in chat that I've missed? I've been looking at the smithing, the anvil, all this whole time. We've just been chatting about about slow mode. Yeah, I'm a bit torn on slow mode. I wish I didn't have to use it, but just to keep the likely rare but still, you know, present issue of people who do like to spam stuff in chat. It's just a precaution. Alright, we're making some progress. We're making some progress. Yeah. Let's see. Let's grab as much of this as we can. Which is going to be all of it. And let's see how much we have. I would very much like many multiple stacks of mortar. We have one, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 stacks of lime. That's a pretty good start. I'll leave these here. There we go. So that'll give us 2 full stacks of mortar. And let's see. So we're here. You know, we might. Yeah, I'm gonna turn this off actually, because we're not gonna be here. I'm going to start the mortar over at the other place so we can keep working over there. Boop. There we go. Anything useful in here that I should bring with me? Not really. A little bit of chalk. I don't really need any of this stuff. At least not right now. Okay. Oh, let's leave the coal here. Slow mode doesn't seem to be working. Unfortunately, for me, it's every 3rd post it allows. Time has nothing to do with it. Really? What I don't know is if it's a minimum time between each, or if it's more of an average time between each. Like, you can do 3 per minute. Or something. I really don't know. Where was that? There you are. 3 more breadfruit? Sure. I'll take it. And then I'll jump right into our irrigation ditch. Perfect. Alright, so breadfruit go over here. Oh, yes. Many multiple years. That's right, we do have these olives to grab too. Right for 6 days. Let's grab these over here. Otherwise I will forget and they will disappear. I think we probably have enough olives. Oh wait, this is... Oh, this is just bonus olives, okay. I had thought that we had completely missed this tree, but I guess not. Okay. Well, bonus olives are always nice too. Any more bonuses? Here we go. A few here. It's the late harvest. Okay, we're good. Hello, chickens. Sorry. All those go down here. 81, 96. We'll just merge these here. Perfect. Grab all of them. Hey, we have Amvishorn here, as well as Khan. Welcome to both of you. And Doc Fragler. Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. 5,000. Of course, if this is also an infinite Pantagraph, then that number means very little. Hey, Alf Salmon. Welcome. Great to catch you live. Absolutely done. Adore the tiling. Thinking of emulating it and trying out some Celtic knotwork. Hey, that'd be very awesome. In your very rainy, undesert world. Someone is playing in Temperate Zone. Hey, and the Sabaz here. Welcome, welcome. Alright, so we have rough cut chisels. Brush off the press. We're going to need a couple sticks for these guys. We have the wedgie. We have the rubbly. And then the panto. Just do that. Perfect. Alright, we're going to make another very, very fancy fire pit over here. Oh, look. Grass right here. Now I'm going to... Oh, right, I can cut this and it will grow back eventually. There we go. Boop. Right, I need something a bit hotter than wood for this fire. Because we're making quicklime. And that requires 825, whereas wood maxes at 700. You'd think, being the vintage story encyclopedia that I am, I'd remembered that. But I didn't. What have we been doing since the start of the stream, Abshorn? We've been smithing. We did all the iron blooms that we needed to, or all the steel, blister steel blooms. Those are all done. Let's see, with 82 peat. As I recall, it was about 16 peat to a stack. Now I think there actually is, like right here, there's a peat patch. So I don't think we need to be shy about using peat. Because we can get some more here and there. As we need, like there's one right here too, probably. That could be clay, but it's really dark. I think it's peat. Mark it as peat. Peat? I'll make you bright red. Do the same thing over here. That does mean we might want to go grab some real quick. Because if it's one stack to one stack, we'll have barely enough to do this job here. So let's go do that real quick. This is a bit of a different stream where I'm not really focused on building today because we're going to be probably off for a little while. And so I figure getting things set up so we're not like scrambling to find materials and resources is probably the way to go here. So once we get a bit of peat here and we start cooking up this mortar, we can go back and start working on some more of the temple a little bit. But I think my main focus today is going to be sort of just getting things ready for a bit of a break so that when we come back we can just pick up and keep working. Oh, I didn't make that the right symbol, but it's fine. My question was, why are you streaming with an odd cropped resolution of 1720 by 1080? I'm not. I'm actually streaming at 1920 by 1200. It sounds like what you got there is it's sizing it to your monitor's height, most likely. I have the far superior 16 by 10 resolution. Of course, you plebs wouldn't know about that. You whippersnappers wouldn't know about that. And when I was getting into computers, 1610 was the gold standard. My first laptop had a 1610 aspect ratio, and I loved it. And for a very long while, I spent a lot of time, well, not a lot of time, but I would actually spend time finding monitors that would actually, maintain that aspect ratio. Are you Pete? No, you're red clay. Oh, shucks. I think Pete would be like up there, wouldn't it? Yeah, if there's Pete. I think we did do some peat harvesting up here, and we probably got it all. So let's see. That is awfully red. Is that as red as this? I think so. I think this is red clay. I'm just gonna do this. We're gonna do red clay. We're gonna unpin it. We're probably gonna go and just grab some of our coal, I think. This is probably red clay too. Okay. Well, that's Sag. Oh, here we go. This is peat. This is absolutely peat up here. Oh, that'd be a wonderful place to build. I think we've been up here before. That's a bit far, though. So I think we'll just go and use our coal. Sag. No, you're working on a 4K TV. Well, I mean, it's still going to upscale it in a way that doesn't completely fill your screen if you're on 4K, because 4K is still a 16 by 9 resolution. Hello. Have we been here? I don't know. It is calm. I think we have. Plus it just goes through anyway, so. Nothing Burger Cave. Ooh, hello, Peanuts. Do I care about you? I really don't. I really, really don't care about Peanuts. Oop, that was close. That one goes deeper. Tis but a distraction. You have a classic 3x4 monitor? Yeah, my secondary monitor is actually a 4:3 aspect ratio. It is a, my goodness, it is a ViewSonic VX722. I bought it in 2007. It still works. I had to replace a capacitor in it when it was only a few years old, because it was the victim of a particular bad batch of capacitors from I think it was Nippon Ichi brand capacitors, where they did a real big batch of bad caps that all blew, and they put them on Dell computers, which is why, if you all remember the complete lack of reliability of Dells in the 2005 to about 2011 era, that's why. It was the bad caps. So let's do that. We'll just go grab some coal. If I had anthracite, I would use that, actually. This would be the perfect use case for anthracite. The long burn time, we only use 3 or 4 pieces per stack. We're going to do brown coal. Just bring a stack with us, and we'll go back. I found it near a translocator. You talking about anthracite? I don't think I found anthracite yet. I usually make it light gray or white. We've only found a couple translocators anyway. And one of them, well, 2 of them we already broken, brought back and reconstituted. That's a monitor. I found the monitor near Authenticator. No, I found it online. Back when you could safely buy from Tiger Direct and not get your credit card skimmed. Okay, let's put in like, I don't know. Let's put in, let's see, Peat burns for 24 seconds. So let's start with 6 of these each. No preheat. There we go. All right. So, I guess at this point we can go ahead and get back on task with the temple for a little bit. Let's see, where were we? Right. We have a lot of andesite already pulled. We do have... Right, we were going to switch from using full blocks in the back of these to using the slabs. So we will have to chisel one of these. Actually, no, I don't think we do. We might be able to get away with manually adding the block to the back of that. I don't know, we'll see. There are some things that the Pantagraph does differently than the workbench mod, and I recall that one of the things it did differently was adding different types of material worked differently in both. See, we're going to mostly want the andesite, I think. Let's start by getting all the andesite in, and then worry about the rest of it. Or, I do have plenty of inventory space here. We could just do it. Let's try it. Although, we don't want sideways. Yes, I could just re-change those in my crafting grid, but I didn't. Let's see, chisel, and we will bring along the steel Pantagraph. See how that does. Nice. All right. You can tell which one I started on. I'm like, I hadn't gotten my technique down, so I was using the dirt blocks here. We're just going to do 2 here. So what happens if I... Well... oh, right, hammer. Oh, why don't I just do this? We'll chunk out this much. So, it doesn't have to be a veneer. It can just be... So, let's do that. A half and half block. Just like your coffee. Half and half block. Oops. Oh well. Alright, so copy, and then... Oops, wait. We're going to do this first. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. We'll never notice that they're totally different blocks. We're just doing iterative improvement, as they would say in my industry, the software industry. There we go. Hey, Nimue Delac made it, as well as Maga Sybil. Welcome, welcome. Roof over the campfire? Yeah, that's the dirt block, is the roof over the campfire, Calzamar. That's why I put the dirt. I started with the dirt block before the campfire. Boop. Alright, we're on to stack 2. And part of me says, like, hey, maybe I could have left the backs of these blue. But I'm already committed. There we go. Oh, out of them again. Yep, this is going to go fast. And when I say this, I mean these stacks are going to go real fast. Real fast. I think after this row, I'll run back and check those campfires. Phil Boswell asking about andesite slabs. So andesite slabs aren't a thing. If I polish them, then I could use slabs for these verticals. However, they come out a different color. And we're a little too committed at this point to go back and replace all of them with slabs. There's also the issue of the slabs would also have the polished andesite texture to them, where even though like the interior would be a single color, using the slabs would cause the texture around the edges on the outside to also be a different texture. So we end up with basically a very blocky looking wall here. It is kind of odd that you can't, like, just chisel a slab out of these, though. It would be nice. Conserving my material would be great. Alright, what do we got going on here? Oh, we're half-ish way done. It's going to stay hot for a while there, isn't it? Alright, we'll put on, like, I don't know. On like 3 more should do. We'll see. A bit of the old waterfall design process in the middle of the desert. Sandfall. We call it sandfall around here. I think the stacks we have on hand should be good for the rest of this wall. I'm going to swap over to my lantern for better visibility once the sun goes down a little farther. I personally can't wait to get to the part of the temple, like right in here. Finishing these walls and getting the surface up here will make this look really awesome on the map, and just be awesome to have done. And then from there we'll move to the interior, and I'm excited for that too. So I should probably... Oh no, I'm out. Right, there we go. It's a shame that the polished border doesn't work on like an outside, like a perimeter mode. This Alpha Salmon. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Sorry, I kind of editorialized your comment there a little bit. But I knew what you were going for. Yeah, that would require Tyrone to add a system of smart blocks into the game, and he's been fairly resistant to doing that in general. I know someone made a smart stairs mod a while back, And it worked pretty well for the time. I'm not sure if it still is maintained or not. But in a game where the blocks themselves can be completely modified, having smart blocks like that is quite a challenge, I think. That's probably why he's resistant to the idea. You can make bricks with the quarry mod. It'd be cool to make slabs too. I mean, you can make bricks without the quarry mod too. Ashlar is a thing in the base game. Ooh, we might need to get some more before we are done here. Speaking of getting more, get some more in our belly. There we go. Alright. Alright. There we go. And maybe we'll do it. Alright. With a dozen blocks left. Look at that. Not bad. You should get a smart roof slab block. Yeah, roofs are a bit of a pain here. Could the monolith mod speed up the process? I don't know. I don't know what that is. The interior feels a ways away still. You're really curious how it'll shape itself. Yeah, it is. Interior is... Even if I wasn't having a second child soon, interior would be like July. Hey, look at that. Almost exactly. I'm actually going to add this in there and that in there. And then we're going to... There we go. So since these were already hot, I'm going to just add 8 in, because these stacks were already hot. So we'll see if 8 will finish those off there. Do we have any more andesite? We don't have any andesite already done, so let's go cut us up some andesite. Boop. And got the wrong bin once again. Inventory is probably enough to hold this. Sammy finally got modded Vintage Story to work on Friday, so you also play the game. Hey, awesome. That's good to hear. Calzamar says, heck, the water blocks aren't all that smart. Yeah, the water blocks are pretty bad. I'm not a fan of the Vintage Story water experience. I think if there was some design for later down the road to make water propagation easier, you know, and having it be different from the other block game, I could get behind, you know, the idea of being patient and waiting to see what Tyron comes up with. But I think at this point it's probably in the state it's going to be in forever, and I dislike it. I think we're going to need a second slab. Because we went through more than 5 stacks. Which sounds crazy to me. We went through more than 5 stacks of blocks building just the blue sections of those walls. So I think a second slab is where it's at. And bam. Alright, second slab. Do we have space for it? I think we do. Yeah, I think we do. Because we already had a dozen blocks. This gives us like 5 1/3 stacks. So I think we should have just enough to carry it all. But I guess we'll find out. Phil Boswell says, my impression is that Tyron is making the game as modular as possible, so maybe it'll be possible to have different water propagation models at some point. Yeah, I mean, Yeah. I want to say that someone did a quote water fix mod a while back, but I don't know if it's maintained anymore. Alfsam would like to play with no source moving, but now and then something needs a quick fix so it stays on but quietly ignored. Yeah, I think like one of the issues I have with not being able to fix water is that sometimes the game generates land in a way where the water, like sand will erode instantly, and then water flows. You end up with a weird, weird waterfall where there shouldn't be one. Or sometimes it really glitches out, and you'll get a lake that partially fills, and then you have this mysterious, Moses-esque just wall of water in front of you. Amjorn says, the consequences of a mega build. I do not want to imagine the material needed for the future big tower. Actually, the tower, so the tower, while it will be tall, is only going to probably require about as much material as maybe one of the arms of these, the temple here, because if we make the tower as tall as one of the arms, which would be about 100 blocks tall, then, yeah, it's, about the same height as one of these is long, and it's going to be like a real spire. Like, I want it to be like not just like a big chunk, I want it to be a spire. Like you think of a pistil, or, yeah, a pistil from a flower, or a stamen. Stamen, the middle one, the big one. So I want it to be like up and then back down. So it'll look like a rocket ship or a... Never mind. That's what we're going to do. It'll be fine. It will not look dirty. And I will not think dirty thoughts. Or I'll try. Let's go ahead and we're going to sleep till it's morning. Mr. Mac has gotten interested in the Raspberry Pi 5 and the Iron Man 5 mini tower to see if I can play Vintage Story on the minimum settings. I have not experimented with any Vintage Story on Linux at all, so I couldn't tell you how that'll work. Oh no! Okay, good. There used to be a thing where your fuel would keep burning, but your stuff wouldn't process. It looks like the fuel just burns at the regular rate now, based on real time, not game time. It'll look conical, not comical. Yes, indeed. That's the goal. Wow, so we're only an hour into today's stream, and we've already done all the smithing that I had planned. I had 10 checkboxes here. That's all done. Now we're on to basically my stretch goals. I kind of imagined the smithing would take a lot longer than it did. I was a fool. Let's get this wall in, then we'll get it pantagraphed. And then we'll have to fix the arches too. So the arches need to be chiseled very slightly to smooth out some of their bumps. Their bumps and their lumps. Don't make any promises I can be sure to keep. You mean I can't be sure to keep? The 3-hour smithing stream? Yeah. Well, I mean, we have had some chore streams that were, an hour and a half of me just making iron blooms. And sometimes the chore streams of me doing just boring junk outpaces the audience in our Sunday streams from building cool stuff. Well, I think part of that is that the Wednesday night schedule just seems to jive with people's schedules a little bit more sometimes. Although we're doing pretty well today. We have about 15 more people than we often do on the weekend streams. We sort of settled into about a regular crowd of 70 people who watch, or at least there's a constant 70 on. We're at about 83 right now, which is pretty good. Okay, got that one. Alf saying we would watch the 3-hour smithing stream. Maga Sybil is running Linux Ubuntu, and Vintage Story runs smoother than Windows. Interesting. But Windows is the superior operating system. Just trust us. Trust us with all your data. And Windows recall. Hey, the Mystery Lady is here. Welcome, Mystery Lady. You made a mysterious entrance. Yeah, I think the thing that keeps me away from going to Linux in general for gaming, well, for 2 reasons. One is I do use this computer for work as well, and I need a Windows PC. Because I'm gonna be real here, the open source freeware / even paid alternatives to Word and Excel just don't work as well. Sometimes you save a Word doc and you send it to your boss and they're like, hey, why is this all just weird symbols? I'm like, oh, it's from Linux. Well, that explains things. And every couple of years I check back in to see if it's gotten better, and the answer is no, it never gets better. Oh. The Mystery Lady tried to comment to 2 other times, but for some reason it kept telling me that slow mode was on. That's weird. So people have been saying that YouTube's slow mode has been acting up today. And it sounds like they're onto something. I've noticed that YouTube has made some changes. My previous perfect never see an ad method no longer works. It's pretty good. I get about probably half the ads that I would expect to see coming from my phone on my desktop. But yeah, I started seeing you can't play this because we see you have an ad blocker on. And I changed a bunch of settings, I changed what scripts are being loaded, and it still didn't prevent it, so oh well. But yeah, YouTube's probably making changes and breaking things as they go. Same from everybody? Yeah. Copy-paste spam till it works. Great. Thanks, YouTube, for making the world a better place. One bad decision at a time. Any thoughts on the honey / PayPal stuff going on? It's dirty. I'm not caught up in it because I don't have sponsors. So it really didn't happen to me. But it's real dirty that they did that at all. That's just... They need to have their pants sewed off. That's OFF''D. Let's see here. How are you guys doing? Hey, we're all done. Sweet. Alright, let's go take this back real quick. We'll dump the brown coal back where it belongs. Or no, we might just leave it here, actually. We'll leave it here, because we might need it later. For the next batch of mortar. Let's run back, we'll get some mortar going on. We'll also get some more pie single legume peanut perfect. As one does. We're going to grab some sand, stone. Most Linux distros have better memory management than Windows. I mean, that might be true, but like, I've got 32 gigs of RAM, and I barely touch 16 of them most days, so I'm not super worried about memory management. Alright, let's get... I think one of the problems is that Linux... I mean, Linux is fine. Linux... I'm not bashing Linux. But, like, the advantages Linux has are often lost on the average user, compared with the amount of fiddliness required to use Linux. And believe me, yeah, you can tell me till you're blue in the face that Linux isn't fiddly, but it is fiddly. I'm sorry to say, it is fiddly. I'll grab more of you. Alright, so now we should pop you in. Yep. And bam. Mortar! Alright, so in you go, in you go. And there we go. And then a bit of you. Alright, so 2 stacks. Decent start. It'll last us about 12 minutes. Mortar, I hardly know her. Mods, ban this person. Just kidding. Don't ban them. If I ever do decide to get sponsors, please do some research. Yeah, I'm leery of sponsors, in general. At this point, like, because this is still not like a primary job, like I make a little bit of money on the channel. It's I wouldn't be able to even pay my mortgage with it, so it's not a whole lot. I really wouldn't bother even thinking about sponsors until, unless and until it got to the point where I was seriously considering switching over to this kind of stuff full time. The problem is that, like, if I do that, I lose out on. I was gonna get pies too. I lose out on benefits. So the reality is that I can't just, like, if I were to do full time YouTube stuff, I wouldn't be able to make a living if I just made as much as I currently do from my day job. I have to make about 30% more. And that's asking a lot of YouTube and ad revenue. So I think it's probably likely to stay sort of a fun hobby / side gig, most likely forever. My knife is in my hand already. Unusual. There we go. Just drop you up there. Ugh, 3 days. Okay. All right, pie perfects. Let's go. Let's go, and we're gonna panto those things in there. It looks like this one is not bugged. I got everything I need here. Boom. One thing I do think the Pantagraph could use is, so I think it's kind of silly. So we've only done 2 copies, right, or maybe just 1. We're already down 20 durability. Why is there 5,000 of it? If it's going to be chunking 10 or 20 out at a time, why not just make it 500? And, like, be honest about the durability. Come on, guys. I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of these. Probably going to grab these as well. I don't know if these need to be in any particular mode. I'm just going to make them all auto. My good friend Auto. Yeah, that was the other thing, I guess, simple about Linux that I've heard, is that it's not great for doing gaming streaming. So yeah, definitely another consideration as well. So you did 5. Yeah, see, like, really. Just make the durability 500 and call it a day. Every action uses 1 durability. Don't make me do math. That's kind of why I also wish that some of the recipes that use, like, huge chunks of durability from, like, the saw and things, I'm not a wild fan of. Because, like, just make a new tool that has 12 durability and do that, or make, like, make a wind powered sawmill or something. Chalky, 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 chalky. Drawing on chalkboard. Pastel colors. Yeah, like we're already down a whole lot of durability here. Alright, so let's see. So 3360. I'm just gonna make this a chisel block. Boop. Didn't use any durability. That uses 20 durability. No way. Get out of town. So make the durability 250 and call it a day. I'm gonna go get me my immortal Pantagraph here in a second. I want to say I think I also changed the durability, which may be why our Pantagraph is bugged out. I think I changed the durability setting in the mod at one point. And then maybe since I updated the mod after making the Pantagraph, it kind of bugged out. Maybe it scales based on the amount of modifications. I think it's actually based on how many different materials are in the block. I think the... well, I do know that the Workbench mod does that, where it's based on... Like, if you have one material, it's like 20 per action. If you have 40... Or if you have two materials, it's 40, and so on. What I do want to know is, let's see, so we have... 2460. I made no changes. It still costs me durability. Oh, so I have to be real careful. So all the double clicks that were happening. Gotta be real careful about it now. There we go. Hey, Ryan Richardson. My Immortal Pantagraph is my favorite Evanescence cover band. Oops. Chiseled that lab there by accident. I'm going to charge Quentin wear and tear on my mouse now because I can't hold the button down anymore. Yeah, I think if we left it to the default, we'd be burning through a fair number of steel pantagraphs here. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4 sections of wall, and we're gonna probably die after the 5th one here. Why the big change? What big change? The durability? Probably because I updated the version of ChiselTools and didn't check to see if it was going to be using 20 per action. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This Pantagraph is a carpal tunnel training device. Yes, it is. Absolutely. Imagine there wasn't a Pantagraph there. I mean, I certainly played through a time before the Pantagraph existed. That wouldn't stop me, I don't think. I think, so what we used to do was we used to have the Workbench extension mod, which we still have, I just haven't used it. And instead of using pantagraphs, you just make chisels. And that one's okay if you're only doing, like, copying blocks that are simple like this, where it's 2 materials. Once you get to 3, it's a little crazy. Let's grab the Immortal Pantagraph. Let's see if it's still immortal. It might not be, since I did the update. I haven't tried it since the update, so it could be in for a bit of a rough time here. You never know. You never know until you know. So we're just gonna snapshot that. No! Oh no! No more Immortal Pantagraph. I guess we're gonna go, whoops. We're gonna be going and smithing us a couple more of these pantagraphs for now. And after the stream is over, I'm gonna modify the files to have every action take 1 durability. I mean, even 10 durability would make some kind of sense, but 20? A little much. Oops. Oop. Nope, did it again. The immortal have fallen. Yep. we've done night-songed Pantagraph, which I guess is a joke you'd only, or a reference you get only if you played Baldur's Gate 3. Also, spoiler alert. I'm just gonna spin this guy around with the hammer. Hey, Malnog and Apec. Control F5, fix the infinite slow mode. Okay, so you guys could try Control F5. We also have another new face. We have Zane Mosbach. I've watching your channel since I found out about this game a year ago, and this is my first time in your live. Hey, awesome. I'm glad to have you here. And welcome. Welcome to the dying immortal Pantagraph. Got about 2 more. Farewell. Alright, let's go make like... Gosh. Well, let's see. A whole Pantagraph. Steel one. Did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And it wasn't even quite 5. It was like 5 and we missed the bar over the top there. So let's go ahead. We're going to go make 4 more steel Pantagraphs. Yeah, make sure you do a Control F5, not an Alt F4. Sadly, it won't work on an iPad. You should be able to like long press on the tab and do a forced refresh. Boom. All right. Back here we have light air to calm. Also we have hyenas. Get out of here, buddy. Right, I was thinking about making some more bow staves, wasn't I? I have a spare bow, but I like to always have at least 1 full spare in addition to like the backup. Or like if I have a full one, I still want to have a spare in case like I die, I need to do a death run. It's gonna sting so much. Hey there, Alexander FF. Welcome back. Long time no see indeed. Things have changed here. We've made a lot of improvements. We're moving up in the world. Actually, we're moving down because we went south, but you get the idea. Let's pop you there. A little bit better lighting. You recall the starter on its 5th day. Wow. Yeah, it has been a while. If you just logged on, Alexander, and you didn't see the other place we're working on, like, I mean, here's where we are, right? Here's where we're working. Down here. This is what we're building. So if you haven't seen that yet, you're in for a treat. Alright, I think you should be ready by now. Panto's up here. the re-smithing stream. Skip this across there first thing. Dink, dink. I wish I could read chat while I'm smithing, but like, it's dangerous to do that, as we've discovered. Sounds like folks are getting around the slow mode by sending multiple messages at once. Sounds counterintuitive, but hey, if it works, it works. Can you make the teleporters go where you want, or are they random? So you can make them go where you want with a mod. By default, the translocators are random, although you can mess with that a little bit. Like if you do a force save on your game right before you go into one, and then if it ends up somewhere you didn't want to be, you can close your game without saving, like do an Alt F4, and then try again. We went over that in the second guide season about re-randomizing your translocator. Basically, what'll happen is when you first prepare a translocator, it'll search in a sort of donut-shaped ring, a minimum of 2,000 blocks away to a maximum of 8,000 blocks away, and it will randomly pick a translocator from within an area, and then it'll connect. So if you save before you put the last temporal gear in, and then you put it in, run through real quick, see if it goes where you want it to go. If it doesn't, I think it might have to actually stop the process from your task manager. I'm not sure Alt F4 will do it. But then you can load up the game. It'll be right before you put the last gear in, and then you can try it again. And again and again and again if you want. Alright, Panto. I need to reheat these. These are not a fast thing to smith. Feels like Dubai needs a specialist like me to make the shore, the desert shore. Well, thank you, Alexander. The good thing with the slow mode glitch is you can catch your spelling mistakes. Perfect. Task failed successfully. And then one more after this, and we'll finally be done with the smithing for the day, hopefully. It is 11:30, so yeah, I think as long as these 4 get us through the rest of the temple, we'll be fine. And then in between streams, I will change out. We just lost, not got any sparks. Oh, I wonder, because it was right at the 750 mark. Okay, so that's when it's too cold to smith. We will need to reheat that one. You know what, guys? I'm going to grab another one. I just have a feeling that 4 ain't going to cut it. I think we need 5. Is it worth the time time and effort to smith the pantagraphs versus the old way? Yes, absolutely. We would be chiseling those walls forever. midnight snack time, or 9:23 snack time. There we go. Not sure why I split that stack to do that, but I did. Silly me. Alright, you're ready. What's this? The path? Oh, the path maker. Okay, I know what that does. Cool. That's nifty. Just as soon as you praise the glitch, it stopped happening. YouTube pushed to fix instantly. They heard us all complaining. You found the Pantagraph quite tricky to forge, but you did get a nice number of bits recovered from the cut pixels. Yeah, I can see that. It's a lot of empty space. It's a couple long, like, lines and then nothing. It probably only uses about half the voxels that a single ingot can provide. Zane Mosbach says you want to play this game so bad but you don't have a PC. Well, that's unfortunate, but I hope you get the chance to play it sometime. It doesn't require a particularly beefy PC to run, unless you're like trying to stream or something. I mean, you can run it on a pretty serious potato. Okay. Hopping over the gaps was your bugbear. Oh, you mean where you yeah, in this smithing design, you mean like going over these gaps here? Yeah. Don't split. I'm gonna go left. Yeah, this is about as time and well, about as time efficient as I think I can get with this design here, as far as how to smith it. It works okay. Oops. Part of me thinks that with the splitting, you should be able to split a chunk out, just like with the napping, where if you end up with a large piece hanging off, like away from the main body, it should split that off, like instantly. Then again, that could just be frustrating to some players, so maybe not. It is weird that the napping and the smithing are that different, though. Hey there, Chris W. Happy New Year to you, too. Zane says, I plan on coming to your streams more often. You're one of my favorite channels that play this game. Hey, thank you. Well, I have good and bad news. The good news is that I will stream more. Bad news is that I'm probably going to be not streaming for a month, 2 months, 3 months. It all depends on what our soon-to-be child does to our schedule. So, well, darn it. Oh, stop it. Not the hammer out this thing. Where'd that go? Sheesh. One. You are still steaming. That took a while. It looks like the steam stops once it hits room temperature. Oops, get back here. Yep, there we go. Let's see, you are still hot. You are still hot. You are still hot. So Odysseus likes the consistent uploads. The consistent uploads. Well, you know, if you miss a stream, you can just watch the VOD. Like, you can... It'll even do the chat replay, too. If you don't want to wait for the episodes. But if you like it that way, then more power to you. Let's grab you. And yeah, let's go. It's calm. We'll go sleep just so we can work in the daytime. And then we'll be good. Boom. Alright, so sleepy time. Make it day. Make it rain. The asbestos hands memory reflex. Oh yeah, from just hanging out with the hot stuff still in my hands. Absolutely. I just forget, like, you know, I need the tongs for even just handling, not just the smithing part. That's where I get in trouble. Okay, time to burn through some serious steel here. I'm going to move this out of the bar and that. I am going to probably need some more ashlar slabs. So let's get our wedgie back out. Let's get some sandstone back out. And get the hammer back out again. Oh, and we also need our mortar. And maybe we'll also put away a couple of these pantos temporarily, just to make room for the little ashlar brickies. There we go. All right. Oak tree, so you ended up reloading all your mods and then had to make a duplicate mod folder since the log indicated a different spot where the game was looking for mods. So yeah, you might be running into the same issue I did. So when I started running Vintage Story servers for my friends, this is before the servers automatically would upload the mod to the players. I had some players for whom the Vintage Story data mods folder worked, and some for whom only the Vintage Story mods folder worked. It's a very weird issue. We ended up sorting it out, but man, it was just a weird one all around. Guess I could have, like, just loaded up 64 of these in one slot here and called it a day. But I didn't. I'll do it this time. Here we go. We have 3 ashlar left. That should be enough for what we have on the docket here. And all your stone slabs now look like cobblestone. Oh, that's frustrating. Alright, let's put the mortar away. Let's grab at least 4 of our pantos. Let's have some pie. Whoops, let's not throw the pie. It's a very sandy pie. Yeah, it's stuck in my teeth now. Ugh. Ah. It's worse than the Saints of Tatooine. And away we go. I'm watching that green bar just chunk down a full pixel at a time. That is painful to watch. Okay. Only like 10 more minutes of this to do. Come on, buddy. Here we go. I'm really trying not to waste any durability on these things, because 4 was probably optimistic. Even with 5, I'm not sure we'll actually make it the whole way to the end of the other one. But I know we won't if I recopy a bunch of times and it eats up durability here. Uh-oh. The oak tree with a dad joke. A weasel walks into a bar. The bartender says, "Wow, I've never seen a served weasel before. What can I get for you?" I hate that punchline. "Pop," goes the weasel. I hate it so much. Mostly because I should have seen it coming. But where I live, we don't say pop. So it didn't occur to me off the top of my head. Come on, buddy. There we go. Now, buddy, I'm talking to myself. I'm like, hey, man, get your timing down better. Aim better. The block isn't at fault. It's user error. A weasel from a certain region. Yeah. The weasel wants soda. Soda pop. No! Wasted durability. Pains me so. The Sebo is feeling secondhand embarrassment from the dad joke. The Mist Lady fixed the firewall where it should let you host. Your sister didn't seem to have any trouble hosting, but you can get into her world then. Well, if your sister is like doesn't live with you, then her firewall would need to be the one that's set up for hosting. Basically, think your firewall and hosting a server for a game like this as sort of a mail system for an apartment building. And when information is sent, it's basically addressed as the address, 100 First Street, and then apartment 2. The apartment 2 is the really important part after it gets to your doorstep. So if your mailroom, aka your firewall, isn't set up to forward the stuff up to apartment 2, and it just sort of lumps it all in a come check your mail whenever, then you're not going to get your packets where they need to go. And your computer can send the packets with as much fancy info as they want, but if the receiving mailroom isn't set up to, actually get the packets where they need to go, then they don't. Oops. Right, and this wall is 1 block taller because I goofed last time. But the block that I goofed on is a block that's going to be there in the end, so we don't have to tear it down or anything. What am I building exactly? Asks Zane Mosbach. This is a temple. It is a temple to not any particular deity, I suppose. It's more a temple to the aspects of knowledge, water, and sun. I plan on having a reasonably large library here. I'm not sure how big we can really get without spending 500 years just making leather and books. But we'll see. I'd like to make a library here. We might just have a lot of empty shelves, or maybe I'll get some of the cobwebby shelves from some of the mods, or some of the ruins and mods. But we'll see. Renting a server host isn't very expensive either. Yeah, I mean, if you're okay with the recurring cost, there are a few that I've heard some folks have had problems with them, like where they'll set it to not auto update, but it will anyway, and then it kind of borks their game. So I'm a little leery of those. Personally, since I've basically run my own game servers for the last like 10 years. I just host myself anyway, so I have a backup schedule and strategy that is basically foolproof for both this game and the other block game. So I'm like, no point in me switching. Granted, I haven't hosted any games here in quite a while. So you wanted to, this is the mystery lady, you wanted to host your own because you have a beefy computer? I gotcha. When it could be, so depending on how your internet is set up at your home, you're likely to have, there's your computer, of course. You might then have either a modem and router combined, or a modem and a router. Where it'll get tripped up is if you're using a modem and a router, and your server is plugged into the router that then goes to the modem and then goes out to the internet, it can get really tripped up there. So if you don't forward the port at both locations, then it will, your mail system might say, hey, take this to the second floor of the building, but it doesn't say what room to go to, just the floor. Well, the router that says, okay, well, what do I do with this thing? It doesn't belong to me. It'll reject it. Personally, whenever I do my home network setup, I usually use the modem as the main traffic handler, DHCP and everything. And then any routers I use, if I use routers, I'll put them into access point mode, so they don't really do any lifting. They just sort of spread the love of the modem's internet to all my components. Right, I need to flip these around. Come on. Ah. There we go. And there. Boop. Much better. Zane Mosbach's been playing a lot of Terraria lately. I was too, until I took a break from it to play Baldur's Gate 3. And, well, like 700 hours later, I'm still playing Baldur's Gate 3. It's a long game. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 1 was about an 80-hour game, 80 to 100 hours. Baldur's Gate 2 was 100 to 120 hours. The expansion was another 40 to 60 hours, as I recall. Baldur's Gate 3 is apparently going to be like a 200-hour game. It's pretty ridiculous. I'll put it this way: if we were streaming that instead of this, we would still be about halfway through the game. And I'd have reloaded 5,000 times. Yeah, in Terraria, I was building a giant living tree with all manner of things in it. So like the main trunk was where most of my like storage and things were, and then I would create things like a bird's nest and turn that into like a house for the NPCs, and then a beehive, which did have the unfortunate effect of adding a jungle biome. I didn't realize that beehive blocks counted as jungle. That's okay. Then I have like a magical tower and a regular house just sitting on a branch. Just having fun with it. There's another game that just popped on my radar called, oh shoot, what's it called? Not Wasteland. I just watched it. Oh, not enough materials. Oh, I need some more slabs. Where am I? There I am. Are you guys playing Modateria with Calamity and Thorium? I've seen some bits and pieces of Calamity mod. It seems like it's a pretty big, like, complete game overhaul. But yeah, so shoot, what's it called? Something delivery, Wasteland delivery, desert delivery. I think it's a game where the original name is called Wasteland Express, and it got changed to something delivery. Wow, we actually ran out of that again. Holy moly. Okay. Well, let's grab our wedgie. Let's grab our mortar. Morty. And sandstone. Okay, let's go. Let's go! I'm going to look this up on my phone while we're discussing that, because I want to get the name of that game for you guys. Because it looked really cool. It looked like something that I'd enjoy and viewers of my channel would enjoy. Dustland Delivery. There we go. Thank you, Dead Mouse Fetish. Quite a name you got there. Yeah, Dustland Delivery. Looks pretty cool. It's sort of like a little bit of RimWorld mixed with Oregon Trail, basically. Mixed with, like, apparently you can build your own towns and stuff too. And you're basically driving a giant big rig around, very Mad Max style. You mount guns on it and things. But it's not like it plays like Oregon Trail, where you're not like physically driving your truck. You're assigning a driver to it and waiting for them to get to places. Alright. Bam, bam. Bam, bam. Am I dating myself by knowing who Bam Bam is? Alright, so that's 6 stacks, or it might be 8 stacks. Let's start with that. Oop. Saw the mortar. Oh no, the mortar's gonna be... Oh no. It's gonna be all messed up stack-wise. I don't want to overdo it with the slabs if we don't need to. Oh well, at least it's not like 5 stacks of mortar. Still have a few more bricks left over. There we go. We have 1, 2, so there's 6 stacks of sandstone ashlar slabs. That should be good. Are we talking about Warhammer 40k? No, we're talking about Dustland Delivery. Also playing Starbound with Racking Universe with a friend of yours. Cool. Actually, 6 stacks is way overkill. We needed like 1, 2 stacks maybe? 2.5. Oh well. Well, I'm sure we'll find a use for the rest of this anyway. Alright. Where was I? Were we really right here? Huh. Okay. Have I seen or played in Assess? I've seen a little bit of it. I think it's either on my wish list or I may have bought it, but I haven't played it yet. Mr. Max says, I know you like D&D. Understatement of the year. Go on. There's a campaign currently on your mini factory for Ravenloft Castle. Oh, your mini factory. Cool. I thought you meant like your workplace. Your mini factory. Okay. Where when 3D printed stands 7 feet tall. That's pretty nutty. That's pretty cool, but nutty. Oops, missed a few across the top here. So once we're done here, we'll come through with the regular chisel, and we will round out these archways a little bit. And then I think from here, we'll probably want to do the top surfaces of these first. Or we could get really crazy and work on one of the towers at the very end. I think it depends on how much time we have left in the stream at that point. Plus, if we're going to be doing the tops of these, we're going to need a lot of conglomerate gravel, which I have 4 stacks of, which is going to get us like maybe halfway down one of these. So that might mean we need to take a break for getting some more of that, which is fine. Not what I want to be doing, but we need to do it. Okay. A bite of this to eat. Said. Let's finish eating the pie first. There we go. Hey, we have Robert Parker Hutchison. Great treat to see you live this morning. Hey, thank you. Glad to have you here. Okay. Let's see. We're going to put these guys away. The curse of being a parent, whenever I say the word away, instantly, the first thing that pops in my head is the Away Away song from Moana. Because it's one of the few movies that my daughter likes to watch. It gets in your head, and it stays there forever and ever. Alright, so as I recall, it doesn't take a lot to do what we're doing here. We'll do one and make sure we get it right. My oh my, it must be... Oh, it's right. It's dark because I'm only using the lamp on my belt. Okay, so... adding this... Oops. Okay, that works okay. 1 in the corner, and then 2 up there, and that should be it. So fairly straightforward, I think. What's the best way to do this? I guess we'll just do a ladder here. And then one over there. But we'll use the axe. I think we have it. Because I'm pretty sure this harder angle is still there in the original. Let's go take a look. Zane says you're getting an Xbox 360 for nostalgia. What games do you recommend? I actually don't recommend any, because I never had a 360, so I don't know. FR, no god on cap, Skibidi Ohio Riz. Yes, I too am part of the Skibidi Illuminati. The Skibinominamy. Skibidi Monopoly. I think I hear my wife retching just from hearing me say Skibidi in the adjacent room. The 360 and the Xbox Xbone Series X or S, whatever. I never had any of those, and I probably never will. Especially not now that most games that used to be console exclusives are actually now on PC as well. And those that aren't, well, there's a solution for that. It rhymes with emulator. Speaking of classic games, at one point I was considering streaming Baldur's Gate on the channel, which probably wouldn't be a great fit for the channel, honestly, so I didn't end up doing it. Plus, I think I put it to a vote, and people were like, nah, because everyone was doing Baldur's Gate at the time. But I was totally planning on not specifying which Baldur's Gate, and then like firing up the first one. And basking in the outrage. I could do the same thing for Armored Core. Be like, hey, let's play some Armored Core. People show up expecting Armored Core 6. I fire up 2. Or 1. With the great sound effects. They're like 8-bit sound effects in the original game. It's great. And then a wild golem appears. Yep. I mean, that was the April Fool's episode from last year. I do have, so just so you guys know, I do have some fun plans for an April Fool's episode this year. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I also, partly because I don't know, given the young child schedule, I don't know whether I'll have time to get ready for it. It's actually one that requires quite a bit of setup if it's the one that I'm thinking of doing. So I don't know. We'll see. Oh, hello. Excuse you. Beat it. Oh, I'll keep chasing you, buddy. Oh, I see you. That's right. Sit down. Outrage, what outrage? So Cassie would enjoy having Baldur's Gate 1. There are, I will admit, there are certain things that I like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 more than I like Baldur's Gate 3. I'm sorry, Larian. I'm sorry to all the fans of Baldur's Gate 3. I think 1 and 2 were actually better. If you consider like the time that they were made. And part of it is that there are some changes that Larian made to the game system in terms of not following 5th edition's rule set that I think make the game harder and or less predictable for people who play the game. They've also made a bit of an epidemic of new D&D gamers who come to the game, especially at like tables with new DMs or DMs who are not used to having these new players, and they expect the game to work like Baldur's Gate 3 does. And then they're real surprised and shocked when it's not how it works out. Things like, drinking a potion is not a bonus action in 5th edition. It's standard action, or an action. And so they're like, oh, I want to drink a potion and attack. Well, you can't. You can drink a potion or you can attack. Yeah, no reason to play Hugh in Baldur's Gate 3. Yep. You get, like, what, I think 1 extra skill? I'm pretty sure. It's like, woo, extra skill. Whoop you do. A bit of a pie to eat. One of the more frustrating ones, well, I have 2 frustrating ones. One is the die roller. I don't have karmic dice on. I think I whined about this last week too. I don't have karmic dice on. But the die roller sure likes to serve up long strings of nothing but 2s and 3s. Now, I've gotten to the point of the game where my stats can sometimes make up for that for things that are like DC 10 or things with low armor class. But I mean, there are times where I will have 3 to 4 characters in a row miss all their attacks. And sure, maybe the die roller is trying to be too fair by, like, I'll miss my attacks, but I'll, like, nat 20 on my saving throws. I'm like, well, but I didn't need to roll a 20 in the saving throw. I needed to roll a 3. Like, you're not making me feel any better. I didn't get anything out of this. The other thing that's just really been bothering me is that the prone condition has the unconscious tag on it. When you're unconscious, you can't concentrate on spells. So, for your casters who have, who have proficiency in their con saving throws, and maybe even the Warcaster feat, so that they could get advantage on it. Well, I had a bunch of Githyanki who all had that stupid range trip action, and they would just trip my casters. And I literally could not concentrate on the spells, not because I couldn't roll the save, but because I wasn't given a save to concentrate on them. Because I was tripped. And because it has the unconscious tag, it treated me as having fallen unconscious, even for a split second, because you trip and then they get back up on their turn. They're not unconscious, they're just prone. Has no one tried Fallout Tactics? I have played that. I don't... So the appearance is similar to old school Baldur's Gate. The gameplay is, I think, wildly different. Whereas in Baldur's Gate, you can often, go in guns blazing pretty much no matter what the situation is and be okay. In Fallout Tactics, it was like, oh, you used a bullet too early, you're dead. At least in the early game. Like, it was really unforgiving. You get better average rolls with karmic dice off. That's what I've heard, and I have it off. What I've heard is that karmic dice kind of goes a little too far, where it, like, if you succeed too many times, it will force a failure, which I think isn't the way to go. I think what it should do is... This is assuming that is true, by the way. Is that if you have a long string of successes, it should start off with a low, but then increasing weight that prioritizes or favors low rolls. So let's say you roll 17, 18, 20. At that point, the game should go, oh, hey, you've rolled a lot of successes. Or conversely, if you roll, 1, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 1, 2, you got a lot of failures. Let's put a slight weight toward the other end of the spectrum. So if you rolled high, then it'll put a weight toward the low end. If you roll low, it'll put a weight toward the high end. And it wouldn't be like a forced, like, oh, your next roll is going to be a 1 no matter what you do. It should be like a 10% weight, where like maybe rolling a 20 is a 3% chance rather than a 5%, and that chance holds true down to 14 or so. And it only holds that weight for a certain number of rolls, or until you fail. And then it resets. Because that way you're still providing a bit of balance without making your stats irrelevant by saying, well, you're going to succeed half the time and fail half the time. That's my understanding, is that basically it tries to make you succeed half the time and then fail half the time. So it can cause long strings of 1s to roll if you're rolling about the same check, and you have, maybe you succeed on a 3, so rolling an 8 is considered a real high roll for you, because it doesn't matter what you roll. And the system ends up going, oh, well, you've succeeded 4 times, now you got to fail 4 times, and so you end up with 4 1s in a row, even with karmic dice on. For you, the average roll with karmic dice on was 9. With it off, it's 12. Yeah, I had a few consistent days where my average was about a 5. And that was with our karmic dice off. It was real rough, man. It was real rough. But I'm getting some pretty cool synergies going on. I'm doing a Gloomstalker Assassin build, which started out really weak. And then I got, I have the ring that gives you 2 acid damage. And then I've got some stuff that reduces my crit roll. So it's basically keen. So I can crit like an 18 to 20, I think. And then I have some more stuff that gives me like some bonuses on the first round of combat, as well as whenever I crit, I get some extra stuff, and when I kill an enemy, I get extra stuff. So sweet. Basically, I'm the first round of combat, I'm an absolute whirlwind, and then I'm okay after that. But the first round is like I can clean up 2 or 3 guys typically. Yeah, so the Eye Beholder is on Steam. Yeah. I didn't like that style of game back in the day. I should try it again sometime. But when I was looking for more of a D&D fix, that style of game didn't really appeal to me. But the other things that I take issue with in Baldur's Gate 3 are mostly user interface issues. I've had a lot of problems with clicking on a character and it doesn't actually select them. Like if I click the portrait, it selects the character about half the time. The rest of the time it just doesn't, and I don't know why. Like that should be just a bug they should have fixed before it was even released. Like when I click a portrait, I want to select that character. Don't make me click 5 times. That should have been fixed ages ago. There's another one. Something that they omitted, and I think this is because it's they clearly built this on their Divinity Original Sin engine, and so this is probably a holdover from that. But they really should change it. This is a CRPG, that harkens back to previous CRPGs. I want to be able to drag a box to select my party. Like I want to grab these 3 characters. Don't make me fiddle around with them in that sidebar where I have to link and unlink them and all that jazz. Don't do that. Let me draw a box on the screen and grab my characters that way. That's pretty near and dear to my heart. And I get why they don't let you click a character to select them, because that's the interact button. Well, maybe change it up so that in your party, interact is a right click requirement. and that left-clicking selects. That would be much more comfortable to me, I think. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, I think I want to do the tops. Oh, we should probably do these too. The roof, the ceilings. Oh boy. Well, I guess we'll kind of be forced to do those anyway while we're doing the upper portions. So let's see what we have as far as bricks go. We have nowhere near enough. Okay. Good to know. Let's go ahead and let's make as many regular bricks as we can. I think we have enough stairs and slabs for doing the little crenellation bits here. So let's start with just some more wedgies. Oh my daughter is screeching with delight somewhere. Put you away. We have the wedgie chisel. Okay, let's also just make the existing ashlar into ashlar, as one does. Start with this guy first. Such work. And that is 2 full stacks, okay. Let's pop you over here and we'll do a full stack here. Okay. Alright, we're going to pop these up here for now. And let's get our wedgie going on. Let's get a fresh slab going on. Chewing through this stone pretty good. Uh-oh, Lithius is getting banned by Nightbot. How dare you? How dare you say bad words like that other block game's name? I should put that as a ban word. Instant ban. The ban reason would be, you said the word. I think we'll turn this whole slab into ashlar cube-shaped bricks. We'll see how that goes. Hey, Luis Velasquez is here. Chat is glitching out today. It's making you edit and submit the same comment twice. Yeah, everyone's talking about that today. Unfortunately, that is a YouTube thing, not a me thing, so... You know a stream where you can't say coffee in chat, it blocks the message. Bill Boswell likes drystone rather than ashlar. One of the reasons why I don't often use drystone is that, and this, I think this is changing in 1.20, I want to say. I can take a look though. I think I will. But the color of the brick seams in the ashlar is lighter. And the same for the cobblestone, whereas the dry stone is like a dark black color, and it really messes with me. It messes with my chi. Let's get this guy going on. We have enough mortar here. Getting a little worried. Oh, there we go. We've reached the end of it. I want to hang on to these ashlar bricks. They called ashlar? Yeah, ashlar block. Ashlar block Ashlar blocks. I see. Twitch chat bans you for saying raccoon. Yeah, I know why. There's a reason for that. So I want to take a look at this. So we have one of these. I guess we'll need a few of these. Cat has been banned from saying things for a while now. Uh-oh. Did it change in this version? Okay, so they did change it. Okay. So these lines used to be even darker than they are now. They're still kind of on the bold side. Like, I think they could be faded out even a little bit more than they are here. Because they don't mix as well as I'd like them to. Pickaxe, where are you? Time for some bystone, drystone. Let's see. Okay, so I think we have enough to start on. I hope we have enough to start on one of these here. Inventory, very full. Check. All right. Put the hammer and the chisel away for now. I don't think we need those while we're doing this building with cubes. Part of Phil Boswell's preference of drystone is it doesn't require mortar. It doesn't, although as far as stones go, it's a lot less efficient from a material perspective. Well, for small stones at least. Okay, so what am I doing here? This is the one where we already have the extra height on it. So that means we're going to be coming out by one. And then figuring it out from there. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. It's going to be interesting. I might build us a little teeny bridge to be able to cross over to that side. A little zigzag dirt path here, which means we need more dirt. Let's get some dirt. Let's not go that way. Do I have any dirt in here? I have a little bit. That might not cut it though. Well, we'll see. Although I don't think that I really need these diagonal pieces in here. They're still helpful for lining certain things up, or they will be later. But I don't really need them at the moment, so I might tear one of them down. Alright, so we're just going to do a bit of this. Getting kind of low on dirt here. I don't know, guys. Hey, we made it. Okay. So if we need to, we can kind of dig up some of this stuff and see what's going on underneath here. I'd prefer we didn't. Alright, so we're going to do a line all down here. Here's not the most exciting of things to watch. Oh wait, is this we never did the little crenellations on the underside here, did we? I don't recall. Oh. Oh my. Okay. So, what I'm seeing here is we have ashlar. And then we did, we chiseled it because the stair Textures don't line up. That's right. Okay, that's fine. Then we'll do it the same way because, again, textures are weird. Never mind. Carry on. Ignore me. And some nice tall trees here. I can see the shadow pop into existence on the ground as I put the blocks in too. Can I make them stairs and then chisel them to force them to line up? I don't know. I'm a little too deep in now to check. Oh, pie time. Oops. I cannot crouch and eat pie at the same time. More chisel block equals more RAM upgrade time. I think at 32 I'm pretty good. If I have to, I could technically go to 64. Which I think my motherboard can handle 128. It's not uncommon these days. It's not even a, I mean, it's not a very new motherboard either. Okay, we only have one dirt block, so I guess we're going to walk the whole way down here. Sammy says, got to go enjoy the rest of the stream. Hope everything goes well with new baby. Hey, thank you. Hope to see you again soon-ish. It won't be soon, but I still hope I can. You know, that's how things go. You can't crash any pie, but you can hang off a ladder and eat pie. Yep, that's normal. Just like in real life. If you were crouched and eat a pie, you can't do it. It doesn't work. The physics get in the way. It's a fundamental law of the universe. I think for the other side of this, I'm going to try to do both blocks at once. So we can kind of back up and just do click, 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 click. We'll see how that goes. It could get me in trouble. There we go. You can also see pie underwater. Indeed. And my candle lantern functions underwater too. Indefinitely. You must have to do it with all this quantum you're hearing about recently? Yes. Quantum lantern. Is it dry? Is it not dry? Alright, let's see how this goes here. So, pop you. So the idea is we start with this, and then we just kind of back up doing this. That way we only do this walk once. The walk of block shame. Oh, this is so awkward. This is why I really want to have a toggle sneak option. Yeah, in RimWorld. If you eat pie with a table and chair, you get sad. So I think, like, the eat without table should only kick in, like, if they've had, like, an entire day's worth of meals without tables. It's like, I'll stand to eat stuff now and then. I don't mind it. But I want to sit down, you know, once or twice a day for a meal. Like, I'm more apt to eat lunch standing up, mostly because I'm busy, like, microwaving stuff for my kid. Or my kid and my wife. Depending. Whoops. See? I get in trouble doing that kind of stuff. Getting on this pie here. We're going to slap one of you on there. And then away we go. It'd be nice to add a little buff to Vintage Story if we're eating at a table and chair set. That'd be very difficult to code unless there was a specific, like, you must use the game's table and chairs. Or Quentin would certainly make a chair tool. And a table tool. The only time you sit at a table to eat is when you're visiting people, says Zand. Just a preference? We're very, very small apartment. Or do you just do the Slav squat? Alright, I can see we're getting to the end of this line here. Eventually. Oh. Hey, there we go. Okay, so we still have a fair number left, probably enough to do one of these. Maybe. Maybe. Is the word of the day. Mr. Mac is off. Gotta get ready for work. Have a good rest of the stream. Hey, thank you. Hope to see you eventually, Mr. Mac. I'll see you when I'm back. Whenever that happens to be. Alright, so the best way to do this, I think... Right, so we did concentric rings, and then a top section that runs the whole way down the middle. And the rings are... So the whole thing is an 8-block ring, basically. I guess we'll just start by running this sort of lip, this crown molding the whole way down. That might chew up all this, actually. We're close to it. So we'll start there. Wow. This is really happening, guys. This is coming together. Slowly, but it is. Alright, so this is going to be going in... Wow. Right here at this level. So we have 2 blocks and then this lip. So 1 and 2, and then a lip. That. Or molding. Whoop! Oh, I fell off. A drone fly video might be great here. Yeah, I actually want to do a few more shorts. I did a short a while ago where I did a brief fly through when all we had was the single wall. I think it'd be fun to do a few more of those. Especially, like, just to generate some more hype and, you know, catch the eye of people who aren't already invested. Kind of like what Mog Swamp does. He just sort of does a quick fly through to show what's been going on stream lately. Oops. The cool colors are so nice. Hey, thank you. That's from Una Person. Welcome. I haven't said hi to you yet today. City says the enormity of it all is breathtaking. Yeah, this is a pretty ambitious project for Vintage Story. I know I've mentioned before, like in the other block game, I wouldn't say I wouldn't bat an eye at a project this large, but I would, it's doable. In Vintage Story, it's like, oh, this is a mistake. But I'm committed. I am fully in on this mistake. I'm owning it. It's my mistake and you can't have it. That's right. Lithios commanding the dad joke. What shall Nightbot respond with? Why can't eggs have love? They will break up too soon. That's a pretty lame dad joke right there, not gonna lie. That's a super lame dad joke. I just want to make sure. I want to make extra sure that I'm not putting these at the wrong height. These should be flush with the bottom of the middle of the arch, if I'm correct. Yes, we are. Good, okay. Whew. Just had a moment of panic there of, do I have to make another pickaxe? Yeah, that was a pretty lame dad joke, Nightbot. Back to crawling along on my belly. Popping blocks down. Like it's my job. Speaking of shorts, though, and doing more of them, I would like there to be some more like Mythbusters shorts / neat little tips and tricks shorts. Things like, hey, you're in the south, but you want to grow some cold weather crops, build at a higher altitude, kind of thing. Miss Rayleigh asking, why did I choose to make a full-size statue completely chiseled? You made this thing for hours. That sounds like a worthwhile project. I have been thinking myself about what to do for some kind of centerpiece, like right in here, at the main floor. Some kind of really cool centerpiece. I might even get crazy with it and use some of the ChiselTools, like light emitting blocks. Haven't decided yet. Also, apologies if you hear child screaming in the background. It seems that my daughter is distraught at probably something real big, like my blanket won't go over my head the way I want it to, or I wanted the red block, not the green block. Hey, Kyokyo Disaster is here. Welcome. Says Kurzar, how are things? Things are frantic. This is going to be the last stream before our child is born. So, get a good look while you can, because this gorgeous face... I said, this gorgeous face is going to disappear for a while. So, yeah, it's getting crazy here. We're all nesting and we're got the room ready. We've bought a whole bunch of extra furniture needed for the new one because the furniture we used the first time around went kablooey. Well, Kyoki, you are late. you are about 20 minutes away from the end of the stream, but I'm not a dad of 2 just yet, unless you count my cats. Then I'm a dad of 3. Kazamard says, just please don't do exploit shorts, Tyron always fixes them. Those are the fun ones, though. I think it's fun because there are times where I'll report bugs to Tyron and they get like no attention for literally years. And the moment I post a short, it's like they're all over it. No. Goodbye. I'll get on my back, maybe, if I care that much. Oops. There we go. Alexander says you got a joke, but you're not sure it translates well. Is community of radioactive elements lovers broken apart? I get it. Well, no matter, says Kyokyo. No matter the case, I hope it goes well and the child is healthy. Thank you. So far, so good. All indications seem to point to a healthy child will be coming out soon. Scenario says, I hope everyone has a good delivery. Thank you. I will let her know that you are all wishing her and us well in this new, but not entirely new adventure to us. The mystery-related statue includes glowy bits. Oh, okay. It's a dragon gargoyle. Nice. That's pretty cool. Alright, so there's a block down here I do want to grab. Because I'm that lame. I'm like, oh no, a single block. I must pick it up. It's just how I operate. Is it optimal? No. Absolutely not. Let's go, and I guess... let's go do some more chiseling here. We'll get a few more stacks of ashlar, and then we'll finish out what we can. And that'll be about time for us to wrap up the stream, I think. I keep calling it an episode or a session, but no, this is a stream. Let's grab you. Plop you there. I'm going to put down our current stash or stock right now. Get the wedgie out. Get the hammer. And we'll get what remains of the mortar. Guess I could also do this. Wow. Oh, we still have two. Well, those don't count. Those don't count. That was surprising. We suddenly have an exact match. And send congratulations to the soon-to-be big sister. I don't think she'll quite understand what congratulations are. She doesn't quite get what being a big sister entails either. Like, she kind of gets that there's a baby in there somewhere, but forgets that means that the baby will come out eventually. Doesn't quite get that part. Sidicia says, I must say the way you plan your tasks every session and timing thereof is really impressive. Well, I wouldn't say I planned it, but thank you. No, I think I've gotten used to Vintage Story to the point where, like, as I start a new task, I can consider how far we're going to get. Because we certainly don't finish, every task exactly on time or anything. I'm going to go down to about 100 here. Maybe less. We'll see. We'll stop there. So I can tell how long it'll take as we're doing it. So I can usually guess how far we'll get. But no, I missed the mark plenty. 7 and 8. And, uh-oh. I got a few extra bricks, I think. Sorry, blocks. And I got 40 extra. That's fine. Alright. Well, this is all the ashlar we get for tonight, guys. For this stream, we're done with ashlar now. to go grind some by hand, apparently. But let's see how far we can get. Okay, so we're gonna have 8 by 8 sections here with 6 by 6 holes in the middle, centered on these, which is going to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the end. Let's see. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the openings are, I believe, 10 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 8. Right, so we have 8 across in here, 8 across in here. Okay. I recall what we're doing now. Let's skip back to one of these sides. Does she have any aunts or uncles? Yes. Would she get how they relate to you or your better half? Nope. Not at all. Let's get my lantern out. There we go. You can see what we're doing. Alright, so here we go across. Yes, I have a sister, and I have a sister-in-law. And Kurzini really doesn't understand that yet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, close enough. This should line up with that block, and this should line up with that block. Yes. Alexander FF says in your home laying, uranium half-life decaying process is called kind of breaking apart. No, you can describe it that way too in English. It's just we call it decay, which is more like death and decay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and should be these two. Yes. Okay. I got the countdown. You could say I'm down for the count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 and 8. Scenario says, anyway, I hope she enjoys being a sibling. Oh, being one myself, I imagine she'll hate it sometimes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. There's always also going to be the firstborn child's realization that they're going to be getting less attention from now on, which is always a hard pill to swallow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because she's used to getting 100% of our attention, whereas now she has to compete. I don't mean that in a battle royale way, but if she wants, there'll be times where she's going to want attention, but we're too busy with baby, so she's going to be trying to make noise to sound like the baby to get the attention, and that's sure going to be a joy, I'll bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because what 3-year-old really understands why the helpless infant requires so much more attention than the 3-year-old who can walk and go to the potty themselves, that kind of stuff. 7, 8. Like, hey, you're feeding baby with a spoon. Why can't you feed me with a spoon? Because you have functional hands, child. That's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And at the very end here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I think here we just sort of did a 3 on the end, as I recall. There we go. So, yeah, we can do the little squarey bits here. Right, as I recall, we need some more dirt, because we were filling in a bunch of this with dirt, weren't we? I'll have to go and see what we have back at the other base. Or, you know what? Since I don't think we have a stash of dirt back there. That's big enough for what we need here. Let's just go and we'll do the same thing we did here on the other side, and then we'll probably call that the end of the day for us today. For us today, if I can English properly. Let's see. I'm going to take a real quick hydration break here and adjust my headset though. So BRB. Nimidalax says, try being the elder sibling to a couple twins. I think I'm good. Thanks. One's enough. Hey there, Tiny Paul. I never realized Courage did streams. Is there an established schedule, or are they more spontaneous? They are, well, right now, they're about to go on hiatus because of my impending new child. But the schedule has been set for about the last 6 months or so. We started in actually more than 6 months. We started in what, May or June, I think. And it's been it was sort of switching back and forth between Saturday and Sunday for a while, but it's settled on Sundays. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sundays at 10, from 10 to 1, my time, which is GMT -5 right now. And then for a while, and once again we will eventually when I start up again. We were doing Wednesday chore streams. 4, 5, 6. And Wednesday chore streams were in the evening, and they will be in the evening again, hopefully. Starting at 8:30 p.m. and then usually going till 9:30 or 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you. Whoops. There we go. Gooflaugh says, your sister was born on your second birthday? Oof. Lost your birthday there. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oops, lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we go on more. Okay. Tiny Paul says, congratulations, you'll keep an eye out. If you are not part of the Discord community, you could sign up for Discord, hop on the server. I do put out announcements there. I also put out community announcements here on YouTube. 4, 5, 6. I think YouTube is kind of funny about... that's not... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see a mistake there. There we go. Yeah, YouTube's a bit funny about notifying of streams. I found that unless I am subscribed and have hit the bell as well for my subscriptions, I never get notified of streams. Like, it just doesn't happen. 4, 5, 6. And even for the ones for whom I do have the bell hit, it's hit or miss. Sometimes it'll notify me. Sometimes it'll tell me when the stream is already like halfway over. I'm like, thanks YouTube, you're very useful. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I also wish that YouTube would let you set up a stream schedule. Like, I have to individually schedule each stream. And, I mean, it's not a huge burden, but like, I think it would help if I could set a schedule and then have the schedule show on YouTube. That'd be really handy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Boop, boop. There we go. All right, we're almost done here. Yeah, we still have a little bit of material to go, but not a whole lot. This is like just enough to patch the drywall, pretty much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There we are. Oops. So it should be the 3 on the end. Let's just count here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, perfect. Means I didn't goof counting this time. Let's go break our ankles. Grab our 2 blocks, and we are actually out of food. We got to go and rectify that. Okay, let's put away our ashlar, because I think we're pretty well done building tonight, guys. I'm going to go and we're going to grab some food. Put the wedgie away. Goodbye, wedgie. Goodbye, hamar. Hamar. Gotta get that little rolled R in there. Boom. Check our dirt status. Our very first thing, oh yeah, our very first task when we come back, whenever that happens to be, is we get to go dirt digging. Just gonna grab one of these for now. 9 days in there, 2 days here, yeah. We'll have to be, whoops. Have to, like, make sure we come back here to eat these. And just so we have a nice fresh start next time we're back, I'm going to go ahead and we'll sleep. We'll sleep till about 6 a.m. hopefully. And right about there should do. 6:45, not too shabby. Not shabby at all. Well, I'm going to go say goodbye to all of you from our doorstep here. After I have another bite to eat. There we are. Well, everyone, this is going to be goodbye for now. Hopefully not for too long. Now, I'm going to work out with Kurazette what kind of tentative schedule we can get on. Like maybe we can do a once a month or twice a month stream at some point, starting in March-ish, maybe. I highly doubt, I would not expect any streams between now and the end of February. Like, there could be one, but I don't want to say there will be one because I really don't know. Yeah, this could be a real, you know, a real major change to our schedules and our lives. So I don't know. But hope to see you guys soon-ish, as soon as we can. We'll get back on track and get working on the temple once again as soon as we can. So everyone, thank you all for hanging out with me today, and thank you all for smashing that like button and destroying the subscribe button, and breaking that bell as well. And thank you all for your understanding with this change in schedule and everything, and hope to see you soon. Anyway, that's going to do it. But for now, as always, my name has been Kurazar. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you soon, TM.